What's up, Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to the channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. Today we're going to be talking about 5 must-read 2024 middle grade novels. These are going to be books that you're going to want to add to your to-read list, books you want to add to your collection, books you're going to want to share to kids. They are phenomenal. Phenomenal books. Holy smokes, 2024 is going to be an amazing year for young readers. Let's start it off with today's probably one of the favorite historical fiction authors for like that 5th, 6th, 7th grade child, Alan Gratz. He's back with Heroes, a Pearl Harbor story. Holy smokes, this book is phenomenal. It's about two boys, Frank, Stanley. They live in right there. We're in Pearl Harbor. Frank is a military child. Stanley, note about him, is his mother is Japanese American. So early in the book, they are like on a tour of one of the ships there in the harbor when the attack happens. And not only does it turn the lives upside down of everyone there and everyone in the world, but first of all, sorry, I need to slow down, take a breath. It's just so exciting. It's wild. Like watching them try to survive this attack is so intense, such a page turner. Like you'd probably be like sweating. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. It's phenomenal. And then what I love about this book is also watching how this attack affects Stanley and his family living there where the attacks happened as Japanese Americans is heartbreaking, is sad, is pretty terrible. And watching Frank and Stanley's friendship kind of like have to change as like, you know, things happen, military families, and you move. Just read the book. It's so good. It's a knockout, home run, 5 stars. It's going to be such an easy book to get kids to read. It's going to sell itself. Heroes, phenomenal. I'll put a link in the description to my list of awesome 2024 books. So you can just click on that link and see these books. And as I add books throughout the year, they'll be on there as well. Just Keep Walking. Aaron Soderbergh Downing, phenomenal book, such a fun book, feels different than other things that I've read. You know, we have lots of books, you know, Hatchet. There's my Hatchet from when I was in 5th grade and we read Hatchet. You know, all of these great adventure books. This one is interesting because it is a girl and her mom going on this long Lake Superior trail hike and watching them, you know, overcome all of the obstacles and the tricky things of like all of these through hikes. It's awesome. And what I really love is watching Jo like work through the things in her life that she's struggling with. Her father and mother have been divorced. This was a trip she was supposed to go on with her father, but he's kind of got like this new life now. It's tough. It's really tough. But mom is trying. She doesn't want to be a hiker. You know, this was a hike that dad had promised to take her on, and he took her brother on. I love this book. I loved watching her try to process her new reality and her family. And plus through all of the adventures and the hiking and injuries and some people not being able to make, it's so good. Check out Just Keep Walking. Such a great middle grade book here in 2024. Next up, we have And Then Boom by Lisa Phipps. You probably know Lisa from her book Starfish, which won a Prince Honor. This too is a novel in verse. It is about a boy named Joe who lives in extreme poverty, and his mom often abandons him and just like takes off, and they don't know where she's at for days, weeks, months at a time. It's quite heartbreaking. He goes on, his grandmother really is his rock, and the things that she does to try to help him and provide for him, even though they don't have very much, is phenomenal. There are some things I want to talk about with you about this book, but then there's like this really tragic moment in the book that I don't want to give away. But the perseverance of Joe and the grit that he has is amazing. It really makes you think about childhood hunger, just like what happens to Joe once he's on school breaks or becomes summer vacation and he doesn't have those stable meals at school and the snacks that his teacher provides. Really a remarkable book. I think kids are going to fall really hard for this book. I think it's going to make them do a lot of thinking And I think it's going to help them to fall even deeper in love with story because this one is special. So check out And Then Boom by Lisa Phipps. Phenomenal, phenomenal book. Next up, The Misfits, A Royal Conundrum. Lisa E., Newbery Honor winner. Dan Santat, Caldecott medalist, National Book Award winner. I don't know. I just love books where you have a bunch of kids who like come together to do something great. And these kids are at like this like boarding school, reform school. It's got like this big long history, and they're there, and then there's like the threat of it being closed down, so they're trying to save it and trying to stop criminals and thieves. It's just a fun ride. It feels like it's going to be I think it's going to become a series. And I just think kids love this kind of stuff, right? They love watching kids do wild things that you would think maybe only adults get to do. So The Misfits is definitely going to be a hit with young readers in 2024 and beyond. The final book that I want to talk to you about is Slugfest by Gordon Corman. I don't know if this is his 102nd. I don't know if this is his 103rd. He's written a lot of books, and he's truly becoming what I think that for that 5th, 6th, 7th grade reader, maybe the most popular, most surefire that the book is going to be a home run author that we have, especially with how many books he's putting out. He's putting out at least a couple of books a year for these readers. And I feel like when a kid finds Gordon Corman, they want to read it all, right? Maybe they start with Restart, then they read The Unteachables, then they read Operation Duo. I mean, on and on and on and on. If you ask an educator that teaches those grades a favorite Gordon Corman book, they're going to be puzzled and stressed because it's really hard to figure it out. Which one is my favorite Gordon Corman book? What are my top 3? That's not even easy. Swindle. Like there's just so many great books. And one thing that he often does, and he does in this book, is he tells stories from multiple perspectives. This book is no different. So kind of like I don't know if it's the main character, but kind of like the central character. It's this boy named Yash. He is an 8th grader star athlete, such a star that he plays on like the middle school basketball team, or the high school JV basketball team, high school JV baseball team, is the best player on all of those. He's just like this next elite legendary athlete at this school. And because he's so good, instead of taking gym class at the end of the day in 8th grade, he like goes and like works on like these high school sports. Come find out there's this new law where he can't graduate into high school until he passes PE, and since he missed it so much, he can't. So he's got to do this summer school gym class with all the kids from school that failed gym. And that means he can't train with the high school football team. So he's worried his job is going to be taken. And then all of these, I don't know the right word, but maybe, call them misfits, are all together. It feels very much like PE class, like the land of misfit toys from Rudolph. And he hates it. He's miserable. He's stressed about losing his job. But they have like this really unique teacher. She's having him do all these weird games like Duck, Duck, Goose and tag games and PE. And they're like, what is going on? But she also like bakes them treats. There's so much to talk about. Just read the book. It's phenomenal. Watching these kids come together, watching them try to accomplish more, watching them get to know their teacher and her backstory more is fascinating. And it comes down to this wild adventure at the end. I don't want to give it away anymore. It's so hard to book talk some of these books because there's just things you want to talk about. Like I want a kid in my class to read this so I can talk to them about it. So we book talking this soon. It's phenomenal. Hope you found something awesome to add to your to-read list. Put another video over there if you can find some other awesome books to share with your kids. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Be sure to check out my list of awesome 2024 books down in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome-tastic